Hi, this is Rick Heenahan. This is Common Sense HD. This is BCAT Burlington. And I'm going to try and remember this, but to thank the people that are helping me today. Sean Hansen is on the camera. Joan Rolfe is the director. Peg Heenahan is doing audio. And of course, the rest of the BCAT staff. And today's guest is Will McGregor. He's the residential director for Atlantis Playmakers, which is a local company of actors that is having a play on what's called the Miss Firecracker Contest, and it's starting March 13th.
March 13th and runs through the end of the month.
And through the end of the month. And it has a local connection, and the local connection is it's owned by a family.
Yeah, the company is Atlantis Playmakers. It was originally founded in 1999 by Kimberly Davis Basso and her parents. Initially, they started out more as a summer program for children. They ran studios in Billerica. Over the years, it kept expanding and expanding. We just 2.5 years ago acquired a new space in Burlington. We do full-time productions year-round, as well as classes and studios for children and many, many different programs now.
So they have acting classes as well?
Yeah, we offer a lot of different levels of classes, starting off with pre-K and all the way through adult classes. We do homeschool teaching. In a lot of the classes are kind of designed around a theory of sort of community within a repertory company that we've been developing over the last several years.
Okay. And so the Miss Firecracker Contest, what's the sort of the thread of the play?
Well, the Miss Firecracker Contest was written by Beth Henley. She's probably best known for writing Crimes of the Heart. It's a Southern Gothic comedy, much like Crimes of the Heart is. Very funny. It centers around a dysfunctional family in the South, in Mississippi. It's sort of satires, I guess, the society type of people in the South. It's very witty. Down south, it's a lot different culture than you see here, where, you know, here we talk about, I live in Lowell personally, and they talk about areas of Lowell that are kind of the wrong side of the track to be on. In the South, I guess it's probably even more exaggerated than that, where you have, you know, streets that sort of divide the poor section of town and the more wealthy section of town. It sort of satires the people that are on the more wealthy side of it.
Yeah, well, having spent the majority of my life in the South, Virginia, Texas, and Mississippi, they wouldn't say that there's actually a problem with them. That the problem is with the rest of the country.
Exactly. I actually spent a lot of time growing up in Florida. Most of my family lives in the South now, in Georgia, South Carolina. So yeah, I've had a pretty good dose of that pretty much all my life too.
Yeah. So if people wanted either to get more information about the group for acting classes or for the play, how do they do that?
Everything's available. We have a very functional website. It's www.atlantisplaymakers.com. On the website...
What is that again?
www.atlantisplaymakers.com.
Okay. And is there a phone number?
There is a phone number, and
yes, there is a phone number.
Don't have it offhand in my head.
It's 978. I'll put the phone number up for you folks later on.
Thank you.
What is the environment of the play? Like, I've been to plays that are in the round. I've been to plays that are interactive. The Blue Man Group is probably the most interactive.
Oh, definitely.
Play of commercial variety.
Yeah.
But I've been to ones where people are actually selected out of the audience to play out parts. They may be small or minor parts, but they're selected to play out parts. and they participate in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. I would say it's not of that sort of sense, but our theater is what's called a black box theater. So we have kind of the ability to move our seating around in any sort of arrangement that we want, where it's theater in the round or on three sides or
so it's like an off-Broadway experience.
Definitely. It's funny because we have a lot of our students, and they automatically think, well, if it's off-Broadway, this is, you know, some gigantic theater. But most of the off-Broadway houses, I would say, are pretty similar to the house that we occupy right now. We usually seat around 50 people or so. We can go less than that. We can go more than that. For this particular show, it's going to be around 50 for the seating. Very tall ceilings, so we can do multi-level sets, and yeah, very neat. This particular show, like I said, it's kind of a Southern Gothic comedy, and it takes place in an older family household, later on in a sort of circus environment for a beauty contest. Very, very interesting stuff.
Yes, you know, there's a lot of that it carries a sort of a ring of familiarity to me.
Sure, definitely.
So what is the actual play about? And I have one question, just so people know, that it does say it's adult material.
Definitely.
So how would you define that?